Wide. Presented by Quick Trip's quality gasoline guarantee. It's just another way Quick Trip has you covered.
9 to noon, ready to go. Billy Coon Armin in the house, and Coon is completely on tilt because of the size of his grapes that he is enjoying right now.
The way that you phrase that.
Uh-oh.
We're talking about literal
Big old
grapes.
grapes, baby.
Literal
yeah.
Big old
I heard
grapes.
during the break, I heard John before we saw him on the screen. Did you guys better check out the size of these grapes, man? I was like, what is happening? You know?
And
So-
it was an actual grape.
So show us
Green
the,
or red?
show us the grape.
Green, baby.
Do you
Yeah,
have
show
it?
us the grape.
Show us the grape
eat
on
it.
the internal.
That was the last
The
grape.
rest of the grapes.
Are you kidding me? No, he's kidding. He's kidding.
I just ate it. I got to go get some more.
Yeah,
What
you
are
go
you
get some-
doing?
Go get some more. Go get some more while we vamp here for a second.
What's the
Armin's
weirdest
so mad.
custom jersey you ever ordered? Okay.
No,
let's-
no, no.
All right.
I'm
Happy birthday, Giannis. Love you.
Yeah, on
That's
the
awesome.
on the
Happy
grape
birthday.
front, so he's marveling at the size of these grapes. And I was saying during the break that this whole genetic modification of our foods, the GMO foods,
This is where we're going. All right. Was that bad? Was that?
that drive is over.
Wow.
right,
3
go
out,
ahead.
and the Rams will punt.
Wow. Way to
We
drop
are.
them.
We are. I mean,
Hey,
do you ever-
speaking of the
Right,
Rams,
you have a
here's
point.
another one.
Holy cow! My God, that is a huge grape right there.
Look at
You're
this.
right. That is a
In
2-bite grape.
respect to my thumb.
John, put the Sharpie next to it again. You guys gonna watch this on
Look at the
YouTube?
thumb.
You gotta
It's just
look-
I know.
like my
I know.
thumb.
Okay. Your thumb is a good. Yeah. I mean, that's good too.
yeah, because we're all the same size thumbs. So, it makes
So we've been
Jeez.
able to genetically
It's-
modify our
it's
foods so that we have more perfect food, bigger food, more, robust food. But
Two
many
bites.
people think it is. Many people think it is very bad on many fronts. I don't know enough about it. Do you have anyone you know that's a non-GMO person? Any
Not
of your
really.
wives,
Not really.
girlfriends, fiancés? No.
I don't know much
Coon,
about it.
I'm not a fan of the steroid chicken. The chicken that,
Yeah.
in order to
The
cook the middle of
massive
it,
breasts.
in order to cook the middle of it, you got to
Yes.
burn the outside.
Yes.
It's between the steroid chicken, the
Massive
2-bite grapes, and my golf ball not being able to fly 247 yards anymore.
Yeah.
My world is getting flipped upside down.
So wow, those are huge grapes, and they're the green grapes. Are they good?
2-bite. Yeah,
Two-bite.
they do taste good.
Okay.
So these I don't have a problem with. The
Okay.
steroid chicken breast, no bueno.
Very good. How much was the bag of grapes? Do you know offhand? Or you don't
What do
even
you
pay
think?
attention to that?
Did I go to the grocery store?
You're like, yeah, okay.
There we
Do you?
Cherries are the one that are expensive when it's just like $3.99 a pound for cherries.
You know,
Okay,
If you need a
all
price
berries.
check on anything, Armin's the guy to ask.
Okay.
I like to shop for produce.
Yeah, we need to send you to Price
I don't
is
even
Right.
think he buys it. He just walks down the aisles and
keeps
Oh,
I
noting.
look,
think you're right.
potato chips today.
touches
now.
up the fruit.
$2.99.
You know, they have the Pick and Save I go and they have the checkout area, but then they have a little small mini checkout area by the produce right when you walk in. So there's always a kid standing there working it, and I walk in right and I look right at the
kid hates
blueberries first and the strawberries. And I'm like, $7.29, huh?
Yeah,
I was looking
and
at the
that
guy.
high school kid making minimum wage
He's
is like,
gonna
please
hate
don't
him.
talk to me.
And how about the guys that go into the
Just
self
leave.
checkout? I mean, they're right there ready to do the work for you. Why am I going into the self checkout? I don't do it. Laura and I always debate this.
When Armin walks into
What?
the
What?
produce,
If it's like 5 items or 10 items, I'll do self checkout.
I'm
But-
exclusively self-checkout.
Yeah,
That's
Only
it.
self-checkout.
I love that. I love your guys'
Even for-
appreciation of the grind.
even
but-
for a full cart of groceries, Coon, you'll self-check that? You do, Bill?
absolutely.
Absolutely. And again, I don't grocery shop. So
Oh,
You know,
okay. I
you know
love
what?
I
don't.
go. I
I
get
don't if
sent
I got
on
food.
missions.
If I got booze, I don't, because then I'm gonna need someone
Oh.
to come over anyway.
Well,
do
the
ID
booze-
chant.
that's another one, the
check.
booze thing.
Well,
So-
I just get sent, like Kuhn said, on missions to the grocery pickup line and just wait. Tap
Ooh,
the
nice.
tap the bag. You guys have any coupons? Nope, we're all good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Load it on in, and then you're gone.
I want to pick out my produce. That's my problem with the grocery pickup.
Yeah, you
I
gotta
am-
slap the watermelon.
Absolutely. You got to tap those bad boys. You got to pull out the top of the. You know how you pick out a pineapple? You pull up
No.
the top of the thing.
Armin's pull-out game strong.
I do, Armin. Like you, Armin, I love
That's
Pokes,
that's a
squeezes,
word.
taps.
I love Armin
Wow.
to go into a modern American grocery store
Mm.
all the time, but especially during the holidays. And I thought about this the other day, and I think it's a combination of one, I am constantly appreciative of the abundance we have
We really are.
in this country.
Mm.
I mean, every
Lucky.
basic staple item, whether it's butter or milk or whatever, we have 20 varieties of it.
What
crazy.
a blessing to be living in this era of history. You ever think about that?
Right.
What if we were born in the 1200s and you don't have that? You can't go to a grocery
or in
store.
Soviet Russia where there was a line around the block
Yeah.
for a couple pieces of gray meat that you had to fight people for. So the abundance
True.
is
Always
one.
happy I didn't
But
grow
the
up in
second
Russia.
thing that
Is this
I came
Russia?
to
This isn't
realize,
Russia. Nope.
Kuhn, is that my parents blessed me with a very happy childhood. And so some of
Oh,
my
good for
favorite
you.
childhood moments and memories are of Christmas time in the grocery store with my mom. And so that comes flooding back.
I love that.
Every
if those
time
are
I'm
your
in the
favorite
grocery
moments,
store.
why does your diet regularly consist of Diet Coke, candy, junk food, garbage?
All right.
Hey, where's
So
for
it's
Giannis?
was a fair
Bucks
question.
146, Knicks
I
120.
don't get it. I
And
don't
we
get
were on
it.
fire from 3 last
No,
night.
Zabe, I agree with you. Those are great memories. Now, I want to say this too. Giannis,
Just one thing.
happy
Okay,
birthday.
Just one thing.
Happy birthday, Giannis.
Yep.
He's the junk food master. You played it this
We did.
morning.
Yeah,
Quick, how
31.
old?
29, I think, right?
Yep.
29, same age as me.
Yep.
Nice.
I had it up.
He was
What's
the
your-
first guy that I realized on my favorite team was younger than I was.
Mm.
That was a slap in the face.
That was Corey Hart for me.
That was a weird
Yeah.
realization that I was getting up there.
Well, what was your favorite Giannis moment? I mean, there's many of them, right? Forget Game 6.
Oh,
But-
I was gonna say that's easy.
well, okay, but besides that, mine was when he chucked Dunleavy into the stands in,
Yeah.
in
You
15.
did
Remember
love
that? I was at that game. I'll never forget that. I'm like, this guy might be a real one. He might be
So-
a dog.
So I need to know from you
Chucked
guys.
him into the stands.
I just one slug on this. 6 steps. It took him 6 steps on that one dribble from the free throw line.
He traveled 3 times, but they allow it.
Well,
It's the NBA.
it-
There's traveling and there's NBA
I don't think
traveling.
he's traveling though.
It was 3 steps and a monster dribble at the half court stripe, and 3 more steps and a dunk. Which, whether or not it is or is not traveling, is still an athletic feat that blew my mind.
True.
So, what do you think of that play? Should the NBA be in the business of shutting that kind of a play down, or it's all entertainment? Let's let it go.
I don't understand what you'd shut down because he's a unique, special athlete. He's the strongest jury. He has half
technically,
steps.
was it traveling?
Well, you know they teach.
It was 2 travels and a carry, but that's a technicality.
partridge in a
And
pear
a-
tree.
I did leave the carry out of it. You're right.
If he's in the
But Billy, that's a technicality. I mean, the game has not called that stuff in forever.
Right, because there's the NBA traveling.
Except for the NBA Finals when Giannis did get called for a travel because he
Yeah.
picked the ball up from an inbound pass and forgot to dribble for his first 4 steps.
I mean, like the lead dribble to be able to get yourself multiple steps before you have to put it on the ground. That's taught. Like, I mean, that's
Sure.
just the game. But the gather on the way up before you go, they've always been really graceful with that. That once you take your last foot off the ground, then you get the 2 steps.
Right.
I mean, it's
like 2.5, but a half is a gather. It's the launch step. The thing with Giannis, though, is his launch step is a
It's-
7-foot
it's bigger.
stride.
it just looks different.
It's exactly.
You know? I
if
think
that
he's-
trips you out, don't watch Wembanyama then.
Does he do that
Because
too?
there's going to be a lot of moments like that.
well, as big as you think Giannis is what he is, Wembanyama's a half a foot taller.
It's unreal.
It's crazy.
It's unreal.
How's he doing? I've not watched much of him.
He's okay.
He's
Pretty
doing
bad.
okay,
That's
but I think Chet Holmgren's going to win Rookie of the Year because he's technically a rookie and he's having a good year.
Is it
You
possible
didn't like
Chet
Chet.
turns out better?
You're right.
I don't think I
I'll-
like anyone named Chet.
I'll be a culp of that if he turns out to be a great player. I mean, he
Okay.
hasn't done that yet, Chet, but I said there's no
Yeah,
way this
let's
guy
stop
can
saying
be
Chet.
a great player with that body type. The league's never seen it, but I could be
Chet's
wrong.
not a good
What
name.
body type would that be, Armin?
Like the
Tall
Sean,
and skinny?
the Sean Bradley body. I just thought he wouldn't stay healthy. It wasn't a rip on his game necessarily.
Do you remember Giannis as a young man on this basketball team? He was this big. He has grown so much.
Yeah. Oh, no
Was-
doubt. He's
yeah.
more athletic though, or like a more of a athletic body type. I thought than Chet, but maybe I
I
have
would
to
call
watch
it-
tapes.
I
early.
would call it Kuhn the Jack Skellington body type from
yeah.
Nightmare Before
For
Christmas.
yeah.
That's the Chet Holmgren, Victor Wembanyama body type.
Wembanyama, 19 points per game, 9.5 boards, a steal and a half a game, and 2.7 blocks.
I guess that's
He's
pretty
cooking.
good.
He's
He's
outstanding.
cooking already.
It's funny because
So he's
Are
not going to win Rookie of the Year.
well,
Armin?
I think everyone wanted
they
to crown.
winning?
Everyone wanted to crown him. Rookie
No,
of the
they are
year.
3-18.
Okay.
Everyone wanted to crown him Rookie of the Year.
Don't
like,
crown him.
before the
Don't crown
season
him.
started. They're like, oh, no matter what, the league will make him Rookie of the Year. Bet on it, this and that. But I think Chet's in the running to have a better year.
Oh, in the running now. Okay.
Go check Chet's numbers.
What's Chet's stats?
I'm not.
No one cares about
Fine, go protect Victor. I don't care. I mean,
No, I mean he's been pretty damn good. Chet 17.5 points, 8 boards, and 2.2 blocks a game.
I think less volume though, right? It's the volume they're giving.
Chet's team's also better.
Yeah.
There's more NBA players. on
More
that team.
importantly, with the win to send the Bucks to the semis of the NBA Cup, did Tim give you your travel portfolio, all you guys, for when we're leaving and getting out there at the Aria for our broadcasts?
The
for
Aria?
this? Yeah, we're at the Aria this time.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, Zabe won't go if it's not a suite. So that's what we ran into the issue in October. So we got to be on the strip in a suite
I'll go
right
to
by
Excalibur.
right by the stadium. I'm interested to see how many people are actually at a game at 2 p.m. in Las Vegas.
It's a terrible time. Be great though if we were able to go, huh?
Wouldn't it
Well,
be
can
awesome?
we dream the dream one day of like,
Sure.
yeah, we're sending you boys out there. Let's have a party.
I love
Sure,
I mean,
great.
it's fun to think about. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
we were out in Vegas,
I
just
would-
hanging out, partying,
I
doing
would
shows.
love to
at
think
Circa.
about it.
We
Yeah.
call our boy Aaron over at Circa. He might set us on up.
Mason Crosby is a Ram today, Josh.
Yep.
Are you okay with this? How are you
I
doing?
mean, I don't like it.
Wellness check on Josh.
I don't like it at all because I love Mason Crosby a lot, and now he's going to wear a different uniform, and that makes me sad. It's
It
very
should.
realistic that a player
gets to
isn't
play,
gonna
though.
Right, and so it's good for him. It's good for his family. I just hate it.
You love him, but you don't want him to have a job. Is that what you're saying?
It's a very weird relationship.
I know.
I understand. Okay, but no, there's something about loving that a player, especially when he's a favorite player of yours, plays just for your team, plays their entire career, and it's a long, successful career. And you can say, and he was only a Green Bay Packer.
I get that, but
I understand it doesn't make sense for his family, it doesn't make sense for his pocketbook, and he has the opportunity to play somewhere else, so he should. And it's LA. It's not like, it's the weather's nice there, so
I've
I get
heard
it.
that, yeah.
So
Well, a lot of
all around
guys-
fine for him, but I don't like it.
a lot of guys have curtain calls with other teams after long career. You won't remember.
I know,
it. You
but
won't
I
think
don't-
about it.
I get it. I just don't
No,
like
he's
it.
buying a Rams Mason Crosby jersey.
I'm
Come on.
Jerry Rice and Franco Harris were both Seahawks.
Yeah, that Jerry was
Jerry
everywhere.
Rice was a Bronco.
everywhere.
Yes, he was.
Joe Namath was Ram
Yes.
at the end of his career.
Johnny Unitas
was
was
a
a
Charger.
Charger.
There's just guys that have been everywhere at the end of their careers.
Jim Taylor was a.
Saint. So was
Mhm.
Paul, but I don't Horning, but he
Did
didn't
you
play.
know? Did you know Jim Taylor's actually one of the 50 greatest Saints players?
Are you serious?
Yeah, they got
Wow.
on their list of 50 greatest Saints. He's one of them.
He got Brian Winters,
How many
right?
people?
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah, I guess.
guy that comes in after having a great, long, successful career, throw his number up in the
Bob
rafters.
Lanier too.
Oh, Bobby Lanier.
How many
The
people?
biggest hands
I
of all
always
time.
wonder how many people do you think would know walking down the street if you stopped them that Jim Taylor and Paul Horning were not in the Ice Bowl team. I can't be that many. I
Well,
think
there's
people
250,000 people that were there, so they would all know.
right. I think people just associate those guys with the '60s Packers and the Ice Bowl teams, and they all thought they were all always on the same team.
Let me
Those
just
guys weren't on that team. Yeah.
let me just close the loop on this. Josh, I ask you, when will you give your full endorsement to my boy Carlson and put your hand in the fire like ours have been?
When he makes the game-winning Super Bowl field goal.
Oh,
That's
they're
all.
expert.
That's the only thing he can do to
Wow,
make you.
That's a high bar.
No, I don't know. I can't answer that question
When
level-headedly
Crosby
right
finally
now. I can't.
retires and unplugs his phone and doesn't want to play anymore, then you'll
That'll
finally
help.
get on board. That 48-yard bomb on Sunday night was not good enough for you to get you all horny for our new kicker.
I gave him credit. That was
I don't want
Beautiful.
credit. I want you a little bit horny. Get on
I
board.
can't.
Hand
I'm
in the
not
fire.
there. I'm not there.
Can
with
you
that.
get, can you get horny for our new kicker?
Not now.
Little
We
bit.
can't.
Mason missed 8 field goals.
I
his
love a
rookie
guy
year.
with a big
Look,
leg.
Now
I want a
and then.
guy with a weapon. McPherson for the Bengals is a weapon. Tucker is a weapon. Butker is a weapon.
Turner.
Mason Crosby was a great Packer and a great clutch kicker, but had lost his range. I think you need weapons in this league at kicker.
You know, he lost his range, but he kicked one last year in December. 58 yards.
Was it 58?
Yes.
Nice.
I just wanted to close the show here today, the 5 Wide, with an email. And I can leave off who sent it, but we had a listener who sent an email saying, "I'm writing you this email today because I cannot take another day of this Beatles song being played. I understand a newly released song from a legendary band deserves a spot for us to hear it once or twice or even a full week in the morning handoff. After the second week of it playing, I thought it was just
Nice
a
work,
joke.
John.
And it was being played to troll us listeners. Now, after another week of this, I'm starting to think of changing the channel and listening to my own iHeart playlist to avoid this dumb song.
You'll be
Right.
back.
Please, please, please stop playing this song. Please. So this is Now and Then by the Beatles.
John,
That was me.
John, why'd you email Josh?
Josh, play this at the start of your show, not the start of our show.
Oh,
All
you're
right.
right. Don't drive away
Oh.
their listeners. Do
Got
it on
it.
our show.
Got it.
November 4th was the date. So we're 1 month and 2 days into this tyranny
Yeah.
of Then and Now by the
Someone
Beatles.
gave Josh too
Now
much
and
power
then.
at the station.
Whatever.
We still don't even know the name of the song.
Tag, you're at 9 to noon is next. Boys, have a good one. Josh, have a good trip if it happens.
Thanks, buddy.
I'll see you boys tomorrow.